Hello, say hi to a happy day and enjoy listening while I read to you a story, Belle's Flight. Belle and her father Maurice were on their way to Paris to visit French National Library. Belle couldn't wait to explore all the books. Maurice chuckled. All of them? I hope we'll have enough time. But the journey would take a couple of days, so they planned to make stops along the way to sightsee. After a few hours, the first day, the travelers reached a country inn where they would spend the night. Cheese and warm bagnettes, the landlady announced when all her guests were settled. Maurice happily thanked for her hospitality, but Belle's attention was caught by a young woman who was busy writing in a notebook. What is she writing? Belle wondered. Maybe an adventure novel or a fairy tale. And then came the perfect chance for Belle to find out. The writer accidentally dropped some of her pages on the ground and didn't notice. You dropped this, Belle said, returning the papers to the mysterious writer. Thank you, the girl said. I was focused on my travel journal that I didn't notice they'd fallen. A travel journal? How amazing! Belle exclaimed. Where have you traveled? The girl smiled and joined Belle and Maurice at their table. Her name was Sophie. I have visited every town in France to search out wonderful inventions, she said. Belle was amazed. What is your next destination? She asked. England. I'll show you how I'm traveling there, Sophie said, heading for the door. She led Belle and Maurice to a meadow, where she was keeping an extraordinary vehicle, a hot air balloon. Belle and Maurice wanted to know everything about the balloon, so Sophie showed them how it worked. I built it myself, she explained. Why don't you join me for a short flight? Belle and Maurice were thrilled. They scrambled into the basket and took off with Sophie on their first balloon flight. The world seemed so small from up high. The clouds are moving in fast. Sophie pointed out as they flew higher. Uh-oh, I think a storm is on the way, Maurice exclaimed. Large raindrops soon followed. I've never flown in a storm, Sophie called. We better land, Belle shouted over the wind. Belle and Maurice held on tightly while Sophie turned the fire down to start the descent. But as the balloon lowered to the ground, a gust of wind pushed it toward a tree. A branch sliced open the canvas. The balloon plummeted to the ground. Sophie was upset that her hot air balloon was ruined. Don't worry, together we can fix it, Belle reassured her. When the skies cleared, Belle, Maurice, and Sophie got to work. They sewed, weaved, and hammered. Soon the balloon was as good as new. You saved the day, Sophie said. As thanks, she gave Belle and Maurice a special gift, the blueprints for her contraption. When we go home, we can build the balloon together, Belle told her father. But first, let me take you to Paris, Sophie exclaimed. Soon Philippe and his wagon were back on the road to Paris, but this time with special flying guides. We're nearly there, Belle called from the balloon. When they finally entered the French National Library, Belle couldn't believe her eyes. There were books on every subject. She couldn't wait to start reading. First on her list, travel journals, then books on flying, then maps of the world, then anything and everything. The end. I hope you enjoy listening to the story, Belle's Flight. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to listen to more of our favorite book stories. See you soon!